This video is about play-based curriculum. Learning through play has emerged as an important strategy to promote student engagement, inclusion, and skills developed beyond the preschool years. On this slide, we have three theorists, Dewey, Vygotsky, and Piaget. Dewey believed that each child had active, inquisitive, and wanted to explore. He believed that children needed to interact with other people and work both alone and with their peers and/or adults. Dewey made the connection between children's play-based natural experimentation and the process of scientific inquiry. For Vygotsky, there are guidelines for participation in play as well as role-playing and the imagined situation. He also emphasized that play has a significant impact on a child's ability to develop speech, cognitive processing, self-awareness, and self-regulation. According to Piaget, children need learning spaces, curriculum materials, and activities that allow for hands-on exploration and genuine interactions with the outside world. For slide 3, we are going to go over curriculum defines the teacher roles. There are two types of teaching philosophies, traditional teaching and progressive teaching. In a traditional teaching philosophy, the roles of a teacher and the child are often more structured. Students are considered passive learners, expected to listen, absorb information, and follow instructions. The student's role is to be obedient, respectful, and compliant with the teacher's instructions. The curriculum often involves memorization and role learning. However, in a progressive teaching philosophy, the roles of the teacher and the child are more about the learning process in a student-centered school. Teachers may use various teaching methods which encourage active learning and adapt their approach to individual student needs. Students are considered active participants in the learning process, encouraged to explore, question, and discover knowledge. Assessments, however, may focus on diverse methods such as projects, portfolios, and performance assessments to gauge a more comprehensive understanding of each child's progress. The curriculum may be more flexible and open-ended, allowing students to pursue topics of interest and apply their learning to real-life situations. The curriculum goals are a broad spectrum of objectives which aim to achieve through the design and the implementation of the curriculum. These types of goals outline what the students should know, understand, and be able to do at the end of a particular school year. The 9 domains of education cover a variety of areas of a student's growth and well-being. The 9 domains of education are about the cognitive, emotional, social, physical, language, moral, spiritual, and cultural domains. Each one of these focuses on different parts of the children's educational path. For instance, for the cognitive domain, this domain focuses on the intellectual abilities, which include the critical thinking, problem solving, and information processing. The curriculum goals often align with the cognitive domain since it focuses on the critical thinking and problem solving. The academic subjects like mathematics, science, and language arts are designed to enhance the cognitive abilities of children.
Qualifications and specialized training is there for teachers for the curriculum of play-based learning. There are actually no qualifications or specialized training. Play-based learning is like free play. As a quote from education.nh.gov, play-based learning teachers take an active role as international planners, learning observers, and guides. Play-based learning maintains the joy of free play while allowing children to connect authentically with the context. Furthermore, on the next question, we have the curriculum to guidance and growth. For special needs behavior and linguistics and learning needs, is play-based learning helpful for them? With the guidance of play-based learning and special needs linguistics are very involved, such as a quote from speriro.com. Play-based learning involves a blend of student initiation, and an educator-supported learning, both of which build upon the child's innate desire to play. This type of learning gives students with special needs the alternative and traditional teaching methods in remote learning environments. Also, play-based learning, speech therapy, is when speech pathologists plan speech or language activities around a play toy or activity. The SLP will create opportunities for children to practice and target a skill while enjoying motivating toys and activities that are relevant to the children's interest, according to the dabblingspeechy.com. And furthermore, for growth asks if there is a curriculum for that assess with the children's growth, and during play-based learning, they can develop problem-solving skills, critical skills, and creativity as they explore and play through play-based learning. They can also play-based learning, as asked in the question, is asking if the assessment aligns with DRDP, ECERS, and CLASS. And yes, the DRDP is utilized to monitor student progress of all children and plan meaningful instruction. Also, DRDP can be utilized with children who are identified special needs as well as those who are typically developing. And ECRES focuses on full range of needs of preschool and kindergarten age. Comprehensive assignment tools measures both environmental provisions and teacher-child interactions, which during play-based learning, there are a lot of teacher interactions and environmental provisions that can affect broad development needs in young children, including COG, social, emotional, physical, and health and safety. The environmental consideration for play-based learning, one is natural light, which helps the students stay focused and get more done and makes them more happier. It also increases their higher academic performance in reading as well as in science. And also with the outdoor play-based learning, it helps the skills of physical health and strengthen their motor skills and opportunities for greater imagination, which also strengthens their attention and cognitive abilities and offers the opportunity for greater creativity and obviously vitamin D. For open-ended materials, it is more important for play-based learning to link to children's interests and help them broaden their wide imagination, but also having wooden and magnetic blocks for building to have them create and design whatever they choose. Also have baby dolls for them to role play, such as also dress up clothes and magnetic blocks, as I've said, and some musical instruments to let their imaginations run wild and play whatever the songs they like to play. The play-based in slide 8 of value and effectiveness in play-based curriculum. Research in the area of early childhood education has looked into and supported the benefits and efficiency of play-based learning extensively. The value of play-based education in fostering holistic development and preparing young children for future academic success is genuinely supported by research. While play-based learning is widely considered to be beneficial for early childhood education, it should be used in alongside qualified teachers who can direct and structure children's learning experiences while playing.
The term DAP stands for Developmentally Appropriate Practice. This is a teaching approach that considers the developmental stage that an individual needs and the cultural background of each child. Play-based curriculum develops a positive and enjoyable learning environment by including these markers of quality, which nourishes children's love of learning, fosters their development, and gets them ready for future academic achievements. There's 3 different types of play-based curriculum. The first is child-centered learning, which recognizes that children learn best when they are actively engaged and interested in their activities. Children can have the freedom to choose activities based on their interests and preferences. The second is learning through play, which is seen as a vehicle for cognitive, social, emotional, and physical development. Children can engage in counting and sorting games during block play or practice language skills while engaging in pretend play. The last that I found is play opportunities, which is considered a valuable opportunity for learning and exploration as well as social skills. The schools in the surrounding areas are the schools that are located in the Walnut Valley Unified School District. 3 of the schools that were found are Maple Hill, Castle Rock, and Walnut Elementary. These schools are considered to be Title 22.
Now that we know all about what play-based curriculum is, why don't we delve more into why you should go with it over other curriculums? Hi, my name is Matthew, and I am a Hammerhead Shark Stuffy. And let's take a dive into what makes play-based curriculum so fun. Now, a common issue with current childhood education is that there is a common trope with educators and parents seeing children as simply just little younger adults. They believe that they learn like us, act like us, and overall are just a smaller, shorter version of who we are. But that is far from the truth. Well-known theorists such as Montessori, Dewey, Vygotsky, and Piaget all have different theories, but they all are similar in the aspect that they all believed in the natural and curious instinct of the child to be the best teacher through hands-on play. Now, one of the issues with early childhood education is that most adults think you can simply just sit a child down, give them curriculum, and expect that they will learn. But Jonathan Dewey further analyzed this, and he believes that children learn best by both physical and intellectual activity. And this is further seen in a Cambridge study that surveyed numerous groups of children, those who delved into child-based curriculum and those who didn't, and came to the conclusion that children who engaged in play-based curriculum happen to learn their material 47% more effectively than those that did not. Now, this makes sense as a child, as being forced to sit down all day isn't quite exactly what you have in mind when you're 3 years old. Maria Montessori looked further into this and performing studies in Rome, where she came to the conclusion that upon surveying children for over the course of 5 years, that children are naturally curious and willing to learn from a hands-on perspective. So while work is okay, if you want to make any child's day, make them go play. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is great and all. Everyone loves to play. But how can I ensure that my child is actively learning while they do so? Well, teachers specifically aim to identify when a child is at a particular point of interest and are thus encouraged to help build on them. For example, say if I was reading a book about frogs and my teacher saw that I was interested in frogs, they would perhaps ask me questions about frogs or find some other way to incorporate frogs into a curriculum that I could then enjoy, such as playing with frogs in water. This type of play is beneficial because it gives the child a certain hands-on experience that simply can't be replicated with other forms of teaching. This hands-on form of teaching isn't just applicable for intellectual development, but also for social. Vygotsky and Piaget both believed in hands-on exploration and role-playing, and as such, play-based curriculum is an excellent place for children to learn how to adapt and overcome certain social situations. Through play, children are able to act out certain things such as how to be a fireman or a police officer, and in doing so, they're preparing themselves for roles that they wouldn't be able to learn in just by sitting down at a desk. Another positive is the social interaction and learning that comes with it. Through play, children will inevitably come across arguments or disagreements or just other forms of communication with their peers, and during so, it will be up to them to learn how to overcome certain challenges and disputes amongst themselves. This all aligns with the philosophy that comes with play-based curriculum, seeing children as the individual and placing a heavy importance on the idea of self-discovery and giving them the tools necessary to help them form a strong, concrete foundation for who they are and who they want to be as they grow up. Now, with all of these amazing benefits, you might be thinking, well, yeah, now I want to go play. And, well, unfortunately for us adults, we can't do that. At least not at preschool. But if you have children, here's some of the best places I've discovered that support play-based curriculum is the Walnut Valley Preschool on Lemon Avenue. I've had the pleasure of being there for a previous child development project in another class. They have it set up very nicely, the staff is very kind, and I highly recommend it as I've seen how hands-on they are with their students, and it is a very beneficial area for your children. If you want something more higher up, more expensive, higher rated, there's a Children's House in LA on 4th Street, Los Angeles, which is one of the top rated child development centers in the state. While it seems like just another everyday part of a child's life, play is an essential factor in determining who a child will become and what they want to do as they get older, as well as what kind of person they are. And play-based curriculum aims to identify and encourage and push children to be their best selves through the use of play. So take advantage of hands-on learning and let's go play.